Welcome to Thinking is Contagious. This morning I heard on CNBC a report that in 2021, 61% of Americans paid no federal income taxes. 61% paid no federal income taxes. That was up from 43% in 2020. And part of it has to do, I'm sure, with the pandemic, and they anticipate that will adjust back to the 2019 2020 range, which is 42-43% of Americans did not pay income taxes. That is up from 21% uh, low back in the 60s. Has doubled, even if you use that 42, 43. But you're talking about in 2021, 61% of the people. More interesting, though, as we hear all this clamoring about the rich have to pay their fair share and how they have to pay more and how they're getting a free ride, the top 10% paid 71% of the income taxes paid by the entire country was paid by the top 10% of the wage earners. I think that the top 10% of the wage earners are carrying more than their fair share of the freight. I think that, yes, we do have to look at the tax code and adjust it, and I think that the 90% of the balance of the population needs to pay their fair share. They need to pay their fair share, because let's look at this correctly and analytically and with really reasoned out, okay? The top 10%, I guarantee you the vast majority of them, and I don't have a statistic, but I'm going to put my neck on the line and venture to say that a large percentage of that top 10% does not use the public school system, does not impact the infrastructure of services provided by state, municipal, and local governments to the extent that the 90% of the balance of the population does. And yet, they are paying 71% of the freight to open and operate this country every day. These are the people that are being vilified as the villains, vilified as not paying enough. Well, you know why they're not paying enough? Because the government is taking $130 billion a year and sending it to Afghanistan with no accountability, without knowing where that money goes, finding out after the fact and doing absolutely nothing about it, and having no one responsible or no one left to answer to the fact that 50% of the payroll of police in Afghanistan, which we fund the payroll of the police as well as the military, are ghost employees. That a large percentage of the money that went to the military is unaccounted for. No one knows where it is. And then we say to the rich, you're not paying enough. You guys are the bad guys. No, they're not the bad guys. They're the good guys. They're the guys who allow us. They're the guys who allow this country to have what it has. The great infrastructure, the great services, the great safeguards and safety nets for the poor. And the reason why this is a country that people have come to for opportunity is because the top 10% fund that ability, fund that basis, that platform that the world seeks to be part of. So yes, Joe Biden, we do need to adjust the tax code. We do need to get the 90% that are living off the top 10% to come to the table and pay their fair share. And when you get 61% of the people paying no taxes, something's wrong there, because that's unsustainable. And there isn't enough money in the top 10% to fund what you're looking to fund, because they're already paying more than their fair share. Speaking about Joe Biden, this Afghanistan situation plays right into the hands of what we said at the very beginning, when Joe Biden was declared the president of the United States, that the praying mantis, Kamala Harris, was laying in wait and ready to eradicate Biden when the right time came. Not so much is it Kamala Harris, the praying mantis, that is orchestrating this. It's the left, the woke left, the progressive far left of the Democratic Party, and they see their opportunity here. And they see the opportunity to have Joe Biden declared incompetent and to initiate proceedings under Article 25, where he can be declared incompetent and they can then come in and replace him with the far left progressive that they so seek to make the driving force in this country, the agenda they seek to make the driving force in this country. So when you see the media covering Biden's blunder in Afghanistan and actually allowing it to be spoken of as a blunder and questioning his actions, to me it is crystal clear that this is a self-serving bullet that they seek to use against Biden in order to bring in the left, to bring in the woke, and to bring in Kamala as the new spokesperson for that left. But I think it's going to backfire, because I think what's going to happen is that the more centrist, I'm not even talking about the conservative part of the Democratic Party, the very few that are left, but the more centrist part of the Democratic Party, once they see the praying mantis in charge, once they see Kamala Harris in charge, once they see that she's done devouring Biden and the woke left has placed her where they want, I think that centrist Democratic Party is going to say, sorry, enough is enough. We will not accept this as the fate of America. We will not accept this as a path that we seek to go down, because at the end of the day, as many differences as we may have with the conservatives, we need to protect what has made America great. And the left woke is not what made America great. It is what makes America weak. The weaknesses in America are the AOCs of this world, the Omars of this world. Those are the weaknesses that we have in this country. The people who are in a position of authority, not because they're the best for that position, but because they have checked off certain boxes and have fallen under a certain mandate as to race, gender, political affiliation, sexual orientation, whatever you want to call it. The woke left has put them there based on attributes other than qualifications. And the poster child for that, of course, is Kamala. We've discussed this so many times. So I think that this is going to backfire on him, but that is what will happen. Joe Biden, they will go after Biden now, and they will look to remove Biden based on his not being competent, and it's going to backfire. Anyway, my thoughts on these topics, and as usual, invite responses and thoughts and counterpoints. Thank you, and I hope you share this, and I hope that you pass this along, and let's see if we can get a few more subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, would appreciate it, and look forward to seeing the numbers climb, and keep the motivation going in order to keep delivering on this platform. Thank you.